And on this amazing gas test miles per gallon review, we're gonna go here and we are going to show that this is reset, restart. Since I picked this van up though, it's got 689 miles on it and we have been averaging 20.6 miles a gallon. So, sorry guys, my throat's a little scratchy, a little disheveled. On this first mile per gallon review, we need to go 374 miles from good old Sneed's Ferry, North Carolina, back up to Northern Virginia. All right, so for this trip, we need to go just under 400 miles. We need to get home. We need to be home in about 7.5 hours. So I am not doing this trip for total perfect miles per gallon review. This is, we know over 692 miles that it will go at a minimum 20.6 miles a gallon. This vehicle is brand new. It's not broken in whatsoever. It is the 144 low roof, all-wheel drive diesel. So, excuse me, recovering from a pneumonia. But there's a lot of options on this new Sprinter van. You can get gas, you can get diesel, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, high roof, low roof, extended. This is the third Sprinter we've owned. We've also owned ProMaster and Transit. So I have owned a 3500 high roof 170 extended. I have owned a 144 high roof 4x4. And now I own a 144 low roof all-wheel drive. So pretty damn cool. But the mission today is to get home.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Country Club Road.
And the one thing you'll know
Now
about the
turn
coast
left
of North Carolina is that you can't really get there from the highways. You have got to take back road to back road to back road. So, right off the bat, new Sprinter, way more peppy, not comparable. 9-speed versus 6-speed, not comparable. Right off the bat, the new 2-liter turbo diesel, far more peppy than the 3-liter turbo diesel. Right off the bat, the vehicle feels like it's on its tippy toes. It like, compared to an old Sprinter, it just feels a lot easier to drive. Right off the bat, fuel economy, not comparable. Yes, the van is unloaded, blah, blah, blah. I understand all that. But I've owned a lot of other Sprinters. And I'm telling you, right off the bat, the vehicle's not even broken in, and we're doing over 20 miles a gallon on the road trip down here. So, pretty wild. So far, so good. A win. Again, I am not going to be trying to make this perfect today.
Turn left onto North Carolina Highway 172.
I feel pretty
now
confident that if I eco drove this van, I could be averaging 23 to 25 miles a gallon from here all the way to California. Let me just start by saying that. But today is not a day to eco drive. Today is a day we got to get home. So today is going to be a day more of a, we just got to drive. And once we get on 95 in a little bit, it's going to be 75 to 80 almost the whole time to get home. But that'll give us a really good understanding of if we got to push, how it's going to be. Just got gas, quick fill up. All right, this is the goal. We're gonna push this van 350 miles all the way home without stopping. Really quick, I just topped off right here. So, distance till empty. Pause it. So we just filled up, guys, and with the miles we're getting right now, it's showing us 502 miles on this tank. That will dramatically increase as our miles per gallon increase. So, on this trip so far, we've only been doing 19.1 miles a gallon for 21 miles. We just stopped to fill up. However, that is bumper to bumper traffic to get here. So again, so far on this van, since I picked it up, the van only has 1,000 miles, had 1,000 miles on it when I got it. But right now it has 711 miles on this trip since I've reset. And you can clearly see that 711 miles, we've been averaging 20.6 miles a gallon. And that is not eco driving. So pretty damn cool. All right, so right off the bat, little annoyance, not a fan of the emergency e-brake. It's just annoying. So I much prefer a handle, but minor inconvenience. So overall drivability of the low roof. We've had the 170 extended wheelbase high roof 3500 dually. The thing was like 18 feet tall. Obviously slight exaggeration, but it was very tall. And everything became a pain in the ass with that car. Now, 144 high roof we've had before. Again, everything was a pain in the ass because of the height of the car. What do I mean by that? One thing you rarely think about is that when you're driving a van, if you want to, I don't know, stop for coffee, stop to get something to eat, to drink, you can't pull into a drive-through in a extended roof van. You cannot. If you need to park, if you want to go through a bank, some gas stations on those high roof vans, you can't get into them. So very frustrating on just the maneuverability on a high roof. Low roof, I just parked this van in our garage. Now granted, our garage is a very high roof garage, but I can still park this low roof Mercedes in our high roof garage. That's amazing. So pretty good stuff. Let's roll. All right, let's get a little update here. We are about 120 miles into the trip, and let's take a look here. So we are cruising 95 northbound in North Carolina, coming up on the, I believe, Rocky Mount area. So if you know that area, about to cross into Virginia in a little bit. And we were at 75, this van just cut me off. We've been cruising at 75 for a while. So what I wanna show you is our miles per gallon at 75. Taking into account it's about 80 degrees outside, air conditioner is on, nothing crazy, it's on 75 auto, nice and low, but it's easy. This van is very well insulated. So we're gonna scroll down here and take a gander. So at 75, which is what we're cruising at right now, 2,000 RPMs, and we are locked in at 17.3, 16.5, but we are going uphill. So that obviously affects miles per gallon. So where are we at overall on the trip? We are averaging 17.8 miles a gallon right now over a 111 mile run. However, we've been cruising at 75, like we've been rolling. So this is not an eco trip. Still for this van, 801 miles on it since I picked it up, and we are still averaging 20.3 miles a gallon at over 800 miles. So pretty damn good. Okay, so the music you hear right now is actually coming off that tablet, which is playing through the Bluetooth speakers of the Sprinter. So what we realized is, and we have a bunch of mounts, guys, this vehicle is not built up yet at all. It will be built up at some point here. It's gonna be really cool. But 12-inch tablet literally fits perfectly in that pop-up little box right there and plays perfectly through the Bluetooth speakers. It is, little hack. It's going great, man. We just found this little gas station just over the border in Virginia from North Carolina, and diesel is $3.19 a gallon. We didn't need to fill up at all. We got plenty of range to get home, but when you see diesel at $3.19 a gallon, you might as well top off the tank. So let's take a look, see where we're at. All right, so Simmons right here off of 95, amazing price of diesel. Food, Simmons Travel Center, horrible, but it's all gas stations, man. We had a friend of ours one time told us something, don't buy your food where you buy your gas, and it's very, very true. So efficiency-wise, we've been going 175 miles so far. We're averaging 17.8 miles a gallon. It is hot, it's 91 degrees outside. The AC has been blasting. That says averaging 57 miles an hour. You know when you're on the highway, it's very hard to average high miles per hour, but we've been cruising at 75, 80. So we're also gonna go over here and check this screen on our efficiency stuff really quickly. And sometimes you get some cool stuff on there. Not always. Let's take a gander here. Consumption, see how we've been doing. And yeah, last 13 minutes, pretty average. So not too bad there. I like to be getting 20 miles a gallon. I could easily be getting 20 miles a gallon right now. I'm at 17.8, but we're cruising at 75 to 80 and 90 degree temperature. If I drop that to 65 even, we would automatically be at 22, 23 miles a gallon. So that's pretty cool. But we can't be overlooked, guys. Look at this. I mean, we're inside of a 8-seat. I took the other seats out for storage, but I mean, this is a massive van. So when we're getting literally 18 miles a gallon when we're cruising at 75 to 80, and we know we can get 22 to 23 cruising at 60 to 65. Whew, pretty cool. Driving down through the beautiful, not so beautiful, but historic, not really so historic, but kind of historic, Richmond, Virginia. Van's still doing good, guys. We're catching up on some YouTube, watching of all things, some travel videos on a trip to Alaska, maybe one day, who knows. But Just soon of this, we're gonna be off 95, back on to 17. It has been heavy traffic. It's hot. Lots of bumper to bumper stuff going on. Not exactly the best driving conditions right now, but we will soon be off of this section 95, which I hate with a passion. Guys, listen, if you can avoid Route 95 and all travels, just avoid it. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing good with it. There's no good driving from it. I don't like any of it. But anyway, we'll be off 95, back on to 17 shortly. 17 is a lot more beautiful for sure. Van itself, can't say enough about it. This new 2023 all-wheel drive, 9-speed, 2-liter turbo diesel. That's a lot to get out, but this thing's nice. Rides good, very quiet, very smooth, very peppy.
I'm gonna get back to hanging out with Jim.
Guys, you have got to be smart with your life. This is 95, Route 95. That is a moped, guys. Tell me you got about 9 DUIs without telling me you got about 9 DUIs. That is dangerous, son. All right, rolling through beautiful Buellton, Virginia. Not so beautiful, but kind of cool in Fauquier County on 17. We just crossed 1,000 miles since I reset the odometer. We're at 19.9 miles a gallon. Specifically this afternoon, 317 miles into this, we're at 18.4. But I've been driving this van really hard. 75 to 80, air conditioner blasting, a lot of stop and go, a lot of highway, a lot of red lights. Been driving it hard. So I will literally take, I mean, my gosh, if we can stay at 18 miles a gallon driving it hard, and we can stay at 19.9 or 20 driving it easy over 1,000 miles, wow, doing pretty good. Man, I love where we live. So we are getting close to home, guys. This 1,000-mile round trip, road trip is kind of wrapping up. I really do wish that I'd done some more video in the beginning of this. It's like every road trip. This is what you learn. So you start the road trip, you get all motivated, you watch your miles per gallon, you do all this stuff. What are you doing?
And then you need
break,
to hydrate.
break. Hold that drink, hold that drink, hold that drink. Brakes.
It's got it. Hydration.
Anyway, you're what?
We're hydrating.
With what?
Magnesium, some salt. Best thing for you.
Why don't you just tell everybody what it is?
LMNT.
There we go. Okay, so she's making an LMNT drink. She's not making a drink with powdered magnesium. You can't find it. She's showing you. Boom! LMNT. That's all you gotta add. And we are on these side roads, and we are cooking, and we are almost home, and we're almost back to the dirt. And one thing we do is Colette loves to drop those containers into the water, which is absolutely disgusting. But we do add the LMNT packets to our iced tea, and it's just an easy way to have caffeine and a lot of salt. And yeah, almost home, almost back on them dirt roads. Bluemont, Loudoun County, right on the mountains, right on the side of the mountain, literally. We'll be there in a minute. This is where this van really shines, is on back roads like this. The reason, the visibility, guys. Like this windshield on a Sprinter, it's far superior to a Transit, far superior to a ProMaster. Sitting all three, this is the best visibility, no questions asked. The seating position in a Sprinter, far superior. The ProMaster, you're kind of up here. It's like a commercial vehicle. It's not comfortable at all in a ProMaster. If you buy a ProMaster, the first thing you should do is swap the seats out. The Transit is far superior and more comfortable than a ProMaster, but the Transit you sit in, it's almost like getting into a Ford Explorer. Long distance, long cruising, Transit ain't it. And you're also sitting low to the ground. Mercedes Sprinter, you get in and you're sitting almost like a commercial truck, but it's in a comfortable ass seat. You got a comfortable steering wheel. You have the perfect line of sight. You have the perfect maneuverability. I mean, everything is just better. Now, could it make more sense to buy a Transit, especially that all-wheel drive Trail? I think the all-wheel drive Trail Transit is very difficult to beat on paper. It's gas, twin turbo, EcoBoost, so you're either Eco or you're Boost, so fuel economy sucks. And that's another area that the all-wheel drive diesel Sprinter is gonna be superior. And then just, yes, the all-wheel drive Transit's good. The all-wheel drive Sprinter is better, the diesel's better, it just is. You gotta sit in both side by side, you gotta get in both, feel both, really get a feel for both. And then there's no way you would come up and say, hey, the Transit is more comfortable, equal for equal, factory for factory. No, the Sprinter's more comfortable. The Sprinter has better visibility than the Transit or ProMaster, 100%, that's the case. So with all that, I still really believe in the platform, comma, ProMaster to Transit's great platforms. ProMaster to Transit, I had a ProMaster for years. I drove that ProMaster cross country. Great platform, no problem at all. Front wheel drive ProMaster, phenomenal. Simple V6, simple transmission. Transit, rear wheel drive, don't ever buy one. Don't ever get a rear wheel drive Transit. Very, very, very dangerous. You will get stuck in wet grass, mud, sand, dusting of snow, hell, wet pavement you spin out on in a rear wheel drive Transit. Don't buy one. All-wheel drive Transit, very intriguing for the price point. You get an all-wheel drive van around 50K. It's pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna turn on some dirt roads here in a minute. Once we hit the dirt, we got about 5 more miles to the house. And we'll give the final overall review of this 2023 Sprinter low roof 144 all-wheel drive 2-liter turbo diesel. Man, I love our roads. Nothing like it, guys. Nothing like it at all. Old Americana. Enjoy the trip?
Yes.
What'd you think about everything?
Loved it. Love the Jeep. Love the. Fuck it.
Love the what? Tell us. What'd you love?
Love the van.
All right. What'd you think about the like real deal, like driving position, visibility, comfort as the passenger, the seat? Like, give us a skinny on
As the passenger, I can.
Whew, almost fell on my cat. Back home, long drive, 1,000 soup sandwich there, 1,000 solid miles on the van. And we're gonna do a deep dive on this van, a real big overview on everything about it. And why I do think this van is kind of like one of the perfect solutions to a lot of people that want to get into van life, but don't really understand how complicated van life can be. I've owned Airstream 24X, other Sprinters, RVs. Listen, everything breaks, everything goes wrong. The plumbing, the electrical, the bed systems, the lighting, you name it, it breaks, it goes wrong. It always does. Every brand, the best, the most expensive, Airstream, total shit. Watch my review on a 24X before I sold it. Anyway, this van though, the way it was built, the manufacturer that built it, the way it was set up, it's a real damn good solution to what I needed. And I think when I explain that later, a lot of people are gonna agree with me.